People have sent in some suggestions. So they want more.
Yeah.
They just need more of your talent.
Cool.
Look, there's no joke in his face. He's like, yes. Yeah, I'm good at this. Hi, Lids. This is from Tom Furlong. Sounds like a euphemism.
Yeah.
What? I'd like a bit. I think you're drinking dicks.
I'm not.
I think you're drinking dicks. I'm just because of the periphery, because of my glasses. I'm like, what's he doing? Just think he's like, raw.
I haven't done anything. Look, I'll sit here.
He says, I'd like a bit of Jamiroquai, Space Cowboy from Adam, the next time you do Adam's Jukebox.
Do you know Jamiroquai is the one I can't do?
What are you on about?
I can't do Jamiroquai. I just can't. I don't know how to do his voice.
This is the return of the Space Cowboy. It's a planetary good vibe zone. Now I'm doing Vic and Bob as well.
I've never been able to do Jamiroquai. He's the one that like I struggle with.
I tell you what, Jamiroquai was like in the middle of Britpop. And everyone, this was when I was like 15, 16, 96, 97. And everyone was like...
hang on, no, it's James Blunt I can't do. Sorry. I don't really know Jamiroquai.
It's the other one that starts with a J.
Yeah, James Blunt's just got too much of a normal voice. You know what I mean?
Whoa, what's the James Blunt one like? I saw a girl on a train.
You're beautiful. Like I say,
it.
it's not good though,
That's
is it?
This is the return of the Space Cowboy. There's a planetary. They came out and they were doing like a funk soul, like, and everyone was like, right, I'm Oasis. You're Blur, Oasis, Blur, maybe Pulp, and like Ocean Colour Scene, The Verve. Everyone was into it. And then Jamiroquai came out. What about this? And everyone was like, oh, yeah, that as well. Like, everyone loved Space Cowboy, even though everyone was Britpop, indie, and it was all, we were all about it. But literally all of us were like, no, yeah, fucking Jamiroquai as well. Well, cool. That guy with the, have you seen the hats he wore on the live shows? Like an African, and he'd do the dancing. He's got a collection of Ferraris. Cool motherfucker.
Oh, did you see Adele, by the way? Adele's cancelled.
Skinny Adele?
Yeah. I seen a tweet that really made me laugh. It said, Adele went from hello to wagwan.
Because she wore the little walnut whips in her hair and put Jamaican flags on a smaller tit.
Yeah. Everyone was like that. Well,
Not everyone.
No.
About 3 bellends were like, oh, you're
I seen a combination of people who are from Jamaican heritage going, can everyone shut the fuck up? She literally got a Jamaican to do her hair for her. This is not cultural appropriation because she's actually using Jamaican people and paying them to do this stuff. And then there was other people who were like, well, I still find it offensive. And I'm sure, like, I don't know enough about that to really weigh in on it. But I just think it's so, like...
P.S. Anyone complaining on Twitter hasn't been to the Notting Hill Carnival because that is what it is. And I think anyone who's like who knows the Notting Hill Carnival, my mate used to live in fucking, not Notting Hill. What do I mean? Yeah, Notting Hill, like near Portobello Road. And that is the whole deal. And it's always been that deal. It's like, it is West African and it's all of that, like that Caribbean influence, but it's not black people doing their thing and white people going, respectfully, I enjoyed it. La, 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 la. Please don't piss in the garden. Even though there is that going on, it's a melting pot. It's meant to be that, like, so for everyone to be on Twitter, because that's what she was doing. She was doing an ode to the Notting Hill Carnival. Like, it was the weekend of the carnival, and this is what I'd have been wearing. Yeah. And I was like, I think it's disgusting. Oh, Did you see, this was a few years ago, a kid in America had got braids in and a black girl was like trying to pull them out and like going, you don't get to do this. You're like, I get that there's a lot of there's a lot of ill feeling and hurt and because of all of the history of black culture, suppression, civil rights, everything. But when you're trying to pull a kid's fucking braids out, do you think we might go in a bit too far the other way? When we're whinging about Adele, like, I loved it when everyone just came to like, what are you on about? She looks great. It's part of it.
Yeah, I think they're very complicated issues, aren't they? And I just like, I'm not getting involved. I'll talk about it, but I'm not really getting involved. Crack on.
Yeah, but
if you want to be upset by it, if you want to think it's sound, I'm just going to be over here. I'm going to do me. You do you.
We here at Have a Word are very respectful of cultural appropriation. Could you do Sean Paul for us?
Sean Paul, come and get it. Come and get it.
Go. And I stuck in my man like glue.
Sean Paul.
Did you hear?
Just give me the lie.
Oh, that's the one. Just give me the lie.
See, I can't do that with Jamiroquai. James Blunt.
It's not the same.
What?
They're not the same. I know they begin with
They do
J.
look similar though.
No, they don't. What are you doing?
Sean Paul and James Blunt.
Do James Blunt. Could you imagine? You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Ashana Palla. Being an answer. Lads, this is from Anthony Walker. Do you mean like Adam is like a jukebox, as he's a bit of a unit often found in the corner of a pub? Unnecessary. Don't be like that. I love to see him attempt something. It's all right, baby. You're all right. You're a comedian. I know.
I've lost 3 stone, you cheeky fucking cunt.
Anthony Walker did not appreciate that. I should have like glanced over that before I read it because he's had a difficult time. I'd love to see him attempt something by Prince. Prince.
You don't have to be beautiful.
Oh, Adam. The eyes are a bit weird. Why does he do the Undertaker eyes?
To be my girl. Don't have to be cool. I just want your extra time and your
God, you got into that. Raspberry Beret. It's a fucking good song. Raspberry Beret. She walked in through the outdoor. That's a fucking great line, by the way.
Why? Okay.
Just it sums up a girl that's like young and a bit sexy and just doesn't play by the rules. And when you're a lad and you're 15, you're like, oh my God, she's walked in through the outdoor. Like, I don't give a fuck. I walk through any door. And you're like, oh, on a banger. Like, it's just a great moment, isn't it?
Prince, I feel like you're being like an English teacher there. I reckon he needed that extra syllable. And you're being like, the curtains were red, which means she was angry and lustful and didn't know what to do with her life.
Mate.
And what the writer meant was the curtains are fucking red, mate.
No, Prince knew what he was doing with that line. It's such a subtle, lovely line.
Oh, it's the fucking art thing all over
No,
again,
it's not. Like, no one. If you listen to Raspberry Beret, he's literally telling the story of a girl. What did she do? She wore a Raspberry Beret, the type you get in a secondhand store. And if it was warm, she didn't wear much more. So she's just fucking fit, man.
Yeah.
She's 16. She doesn't give a shit, and she
I'm just fucking it down, lads. I like it. I like
he's not literally gone, no. There's no meaning in it, but she did walk in through the outdoor. And I tell you something about me, Prince. You know, I am a stickler for a one-way system.
She was ahead of her time. COVID.
That was very good, Prince. Now, what else have we got? One more jukebox. Christian Baines. After watching Monday's show and Adam's amazing vocal talents, Christian, don't fucking big him up, man. He has to sing for me something either by Enya or Bjork.
I don't know Enya, but Bjork.
What is Enya?
What's Bjork's big song?
So quiet.
Oh,
do,
yeah.
Do. It's also
I can't do this one.
This is great because this called... Stop doing the Undertaker eyes.
You can't help it.
No, you
It's
can't.
me eye.
They're going back and like, oh, dong, dong. You already look like Paul Bearer. Dong.
It's us hostilities.
Shh.
Why are you doing Yoda?
Go on, do it.
And so peaceful. Peaceful until da-da-da-da, you blow a fuse. Da-da.
It's Elmo. It's a cross between Gollum and Elmo.
And Joe Pasquale.
Say Pasquale again.
Joe Pasquale.
Joe Pasquale.
He's a linguist.
Gobshite.
He's also quiet, precious. He's also still, my precious. And then all of a sudden someone takes it from us. Dirty little hobbitses.
If you got AIDS, you could be Gollum.
Oh, that is offensive. And I'm banging the table now, and I always get on you for doing it. I'm like, sure.
Upset me, nasty bitch.
You'd have to be seriously ill.
If I tell you what, I really think if I'm dying of cancer or AIDS, which would be really, I think Laura would be pissed off about that.
What?
If I got AIDS, she'd be like, "What you been up to?"
What if you got it from her and she's the one being fucking around? Don't fucking put the blame on yourself.
I love you, babe. I love you so much, and I don't agree with all the jokes that are on this. It's a bad podcast in many ways. But I'm telling you right now, I know when people. I know we've lost celebrities recently, and it's heartbreaking. But I'm still gonna do. I'm gonna do some online content. Seen Dan Nightingale's fucking cancer Patreon. It's really good. If you like Gollum impressions that are weirdly too close to home, like
My precious. Dirty little hobbitses.
I think even for our listeners, we might have gone one step too far.
that was too far. Matt, what was Dan's last words?
Dirty little hobbitses.